Yay, things are working, so I can start. Alright, hello! I'm just here to do a video of me complaining about the process of making this game in 2 weeks. I just love to complain. That's just what I'm here to do. And I always just love hearing other people complain. So honestly, I think people should just make more videos about their game development process, complaining about things they hated to code, or did a rush job. Like this entry card took me maybe like 1.5 hours before I had to go to class, and because I passed out the night before instead of actually doing like a decent entry title screen. I didn't even think of a title screen. I just picked whatever meme came into my head. It's like bone at the teeth all over again. I didn't even notice until my sister pointed it out that it used to say backwards here, and it used to say forward here and back here, which, I mean, if people actually read instructions, then they would notice, but most people don't. I don't think even people recognize that this jump X2 meant that you can double jump. I don't think the TAs would notice either. I don't know. I didn't have enough space to write down instructions, and also I was just kind of lazy too. Yeah. Is this supposed to be like a picture of you know those police case files? Like, this is information about Ravina and stuff. Like, oh, you got the calling card that's supposed to tell you information about stuff. I was supposed to have the calling cards actually randomly generate flavor text that's all oh, I just stole this diamond in this one game, and then the next time you play it, it'd be oh, I just stole this painting. But I didn't have enough time, and I'm really bad at coming up with flavor text, so here we are. Let's just start the game so you can see how bad I am at actually playing my own game. Yay! People were actually talking about how the dialogue was the text box is very distracting, and I'm here to tell you that was the point. There is no way I would have actually made a text box otherwise, because it was a pain to code. I think there's better ways to actually code dialogue boxes in Phaser, but all the forums I was looking into had really ugly ways as well, and I just did not want to deal with it. Yeah, it's this conversation was actually supposed to hint the fact that if it's distracting you, then I'm doing my job right. Yes, the text box is supposed to distract you. I can't see where I'm going when they're talking, but it actually helps you later on, because when they talk, the bullets don't fire, which I actually wrote in my code. I was all oh, if conversation is going on, don't fire bullets because Sydney is not evil. And honestly, yeah, I would have died otherwise, I think. Alright, time to... A friend was commenting how the non-lethal bullets were actually lethal. Yeah. Oh shit, okay. I was supposed to make them maybe you take a hit or something instead of dying instantly, but... Well, you're technically not dead. She wouldn't actually kill you, you know? It's the love-hate relationship that we all love. I'm actually doing pretty well. The dialogue is actually, the first one is randomly picked between two conversations, whether it's about running on rooftops or just Holt, you're under arrest for, shit. Whatever, I can show you guys now about the generated text. I could do better than 1700. I can do better. Okay. So the very first dialogue, it's either officers, don't let the thief get away, or Holt, you're under arrest for unlawful entry and theft. I think that's what it was. Because I didn't want players to get bored of the text. I was supposed to have more flavor text in the beginning as well, but then I decided I can't write, so here we are. This one is always going to be mentioned because I thought it was it's supposed to hint the fact that yes, the dialogue I mentioned is supposed to be distracting, so it's like part of like the rules of the game, I guess you can say. It's like how the third one is always going to be about firing non-lethal bullets as well, just because that's just what makes the game like up to difficulty, I guess. But then the ones all afterwards are completely random between, I think, 14 other dialogues. I like how I didn't plan this at all, but like the bullets like firing actually kind of matches with the music, which is really nice. I don't know, I liked it. I was happy when I found out. It's like during the pause, it's just like pew. Also, the bullets are like the direction that they're shot at is also randomly generated. I didn't write any like AI or constraints with it. I just did, fire bullets within basically the window screen. But they've actually like worked out pretty alright, I think. They're like always together in clumps as well. I don't really know why, but yeah. Shit, oh, I made it. Yeah, I was generous with the hitbox as well, for Ravina's sprite. Like, her hat, if the bullet flies like on her hat, you won't die. But I think players wouldn't notice that because bullets are still gonna be hard anyways. Platform generation. Ah, shit. Oh, okay. Nice. I am a pro endless runner player, except I actually hate this genre of light games. I feel like there's really no point in playing endless runners. It's just like a waste of time. Which is why I wanted to actually write conversations that develop these two more. But yeah, that didn't work out because I didn't have time. Don't worry, I'll make comics about it when I have time. Okay. I really hate myself for making the bullets the same color as the platforms, actually. Yeah, I thought it was a cool idea because it looks like the bullets actually kind of like, oh shit. Ah, that distracted me. Cindy, why would you do this to me? Oh, at least I beat my high score. Except, I want to go further enough so I can talk about the rare dialogue events that actually like make the game easier for a second. Except one of them makes it easier, the other one, in my opinion, makes it harder. Because I never actually got to play test it because I didn't have time. Yay. Things I do, or things I don't do because, one, it's too much work, two, I didn't have the time. Oh, I'm going back into platform generation. It's actually just I think it's a 64 by 64 white block that gets, the height of it gets scaled up depending on a randomly generated number between, I think, like +2, +1, 0, and -1. And then I have a 0.05% chance of generating a hole every 16 blocks, I think. Where the 16th block is actually always a hole anyways, because I think this game actually loops every 17 blocks around there, so then like there's always, see that hole down there that I just passed by, that's not like a 64 by 64 hole, that's like a 64 it's not really any 64. It's just like 15 point something because the math. Ah! It's like leftover pixel sizes out of, because the screen resolution is 1000 by 600, which is kind of a terrible number because that doesn't work well with like powers of 2. But I got lazy and I kind of just wanted a wider. Oh, cool! I got 1,111 points. Yeah, I just got lazy. I wanted a wider screen, but I didn't want to go all the way. So here's your, half-ass screen resolution. It works terrible on mobile, but I don't know why would you ever want to play this game on mobile, considering there's left and right buttons that you have to press. I know my cousin asked if I can make a mobile version of this, and I was just like, it's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. You don't want the bullets flying at you while the only thing you can do is tap to jump. It's just, that's like a new level of like Dark Souls. I've never played the game though, so I can't say anything. Oh yeah, backgrounds are actually just, I think it's a 1600 by 600 background, like the size of it, and it just loops, like 1 pixel at a time as you fly by. The sky and the city backdrops are like different pictures, so you get that layered parallax mapping thing. I don't know game design terms. I'm not a game design major. I'm a computer science major who just wastes time on game design. Yay. But yeah. Notice how I said it was 1600 and not 1000? Because originally this game was going to be an 800 by 600 screen resolution, but then I wanted a wider screen. And things happen when you're lazy to redraw stuff, and it's not necessary, so it's, yeah, it can stay. I got lazy with I think people said that the background looked nice and stuff, but I think I could have done better. I think it's kind of simplistic, but it works for this situation. It's like how the platforms, like the city rooftops, are just white block. Ah, shit! Oh my god! Oh shit! I could have dodged that. I got too distracted talking. I don't even know how long I want to keep talking. No, wait. I said it was until I reached that certain conversation I wanted to talk about, and then I could end it there. Alright. More ranting! I'm actually like in a mess right now. I didn't really plan what I was going to talk about. I was just like, oh, here are some things I want to complain about. So here I am. Oh, what was I talking about before? City. Yeah, the white blocks are just white blocks because if I actually scaled them and they have like some sort of design on it, you'll just think of like a very elongated, ugly, like building pixel asset. I don't know what they're called, but they'll just be really ugly looking. And I didn't want to waste the time to draw something that looked prettier. Especially because these are going to be in randomly generated heights anyways. This already kind of gets the job done, I think. Speaking of random other things, like the particle emitter that follows Ravina for no particular reason other than to look cool. That was actually a pain to make, and it actually does. I think it makes the game look nicer, and I just love particle emitters. I got the idea. Ah, shit! Why am I so bad at this? Oh my god! I could do better than that. This is like 10 points worse than the second to last time. Oh wait, wrong button. Here we go. Yeah, I got the idea from, I think it was Hyper Light Drifter. Never played the game. I really want to, because that is a cool game, and but I love particle emitters. Just you wait in the next game that I'm making with 2 other pals. It's a bullet hell, and I will use as many particle emitters as I want. Without trying to break the game, of course, because they're actually on Phaser, they're actually pretty like lightweight, but they can get pretty ugly as well. What's uglier is a text box. This text box that like is super distracting on purpose, and like I hate this text box so much. Basically, I wrote up a really like inefficient and like disgusting code that basically checks not even exactly your point value. It's like there's a global variable, not just a variable, that checks whenever you reach a certain score. and then it sets the text key global variable to text key is like one of the scripted. How did I even fall onto that? My god, I saw it coming. I knew it went through that white platform and I still died. Oh god. Wrong button again. Yeah, text. It's basically just a text key variable that's constantly checking when it changes. And then when it does, then the text box also changes and kind of like unloads or like unfolds the dialogue. But basically this function is checking every 20 milliseconds. And this, my friends, is how you get your disgusting lag. I didn't have enough time. I found out on the very last day that there was a more efficient way to do it, but I didn't have enough time to code it. And now I'm just too tired and lazy to fix it. I'm sorry guys, you just gotta deal with like terrible lag every time they start talking. Just think of it as like part of the distraction and call it a day. I remember the first time I tried to... Some of the dialogues are also scripted to have like functions that, appear when they're like finished talking. Basically, like, when the bullets start firing and like sometimes the platforms will speed up or like more bullets would be shot. Yeah, shit. Oh, I don't know how I managed that one. Cool. I had a bug one time that because the functions are being checked every 20 milliseconds, they would like fire the function 150 times. So basically, if maybe one specific dialogue was all like, oh, after this conversation ends, speed up the platforms by 50 pixels, I think? Or like just velocity by 50. I don't really know what measurement it is. Pixels per second, I don't know. But basically it calls that 150 times, so then you get like 50 times 150 the speed of the blocks that are flying at you, which is honestly chaotic. It's just plain chaotic, and you would think that like the moment that happens, your player just dies, but no. It gets so bad, your player just freezes up, the game just crashes, and your browser just like gives up on life, just like you do when you see that sort of stuff. That is the game development process. Oh, I made it. Cool. Wait. Oh, wow. I've been avoiding the. I haven't been reading the conversations because they're distracting, and I kind of already know the conversations now. But I think we just got the one that decreased the bullets, which honestly saves lives. I think that's like the only way you can actually hit like past 3,000 points, is if you get the one that only shoots 2 bullets at a time, because 2 bullets is super easy to dodge. 4 bullets? Nah, you're gonna die, Sonny. How did I die? How did I die on that? I'm so sad at myself. I didn't even hit past 3,000. That was like handed to me to do well, and I need to beat one of my friends who got 7,000 points, which I don't know. My pride is on the line now. I hate endless runners, but I'm still gonna be competitive. Okay. Sprites. Let's talk about art assets. This running sprite of Ravina, like, yeah, it's just the Mother 3 sprite, heavily referenced off. I didn't do Lucas though. I did Kumatora because I think her stature was more similar. You can tell because like the style of the eyes is like very much Mother 3. Mother 3 is also a very good game, so why not? I remember complaining about how the sprite didn't really look like she looked. This is my first time like drawing a running sprite, so it looks kind of awkward, but I think it worked out in the end because you're too distracted by like the other incoming objects to really care about how Ravina looks when she's running. Also, because you got like 2 semi-nice looking sprites in the front, I don't really think they're that nice looking. Wait, oh yeah, nice. I love being tall. I was gonna say I love being tall and having bullets fly through your hat, but you know, sometimes they don't because you jump too high. If there's one thing I have to complain about, like my lovely thought out code, except it's not lovely at all, it's like super messy. You can actually look at the code if you like dig around in the HTML, like the console. I probably would post up the code later on GitHub anyways if anyone actually wants to see the atrocity, but I want more precise jumping. I didn't care when I was coding it because I was just like, whoa, I just want Ravina to jump everywhere and get that freedom to just jump really high and like off screen. But now it's like, no, I want to jump precisely so I can actually dodge bullets instead of flying straight into them because I like hit the up button too high or something. Like, it is a variable jump height in the fact that like a tap is like a lower jump than like if you hold it. But it's not that precise, and I could have actually made it more precise. Like, it wasn't hard, I just got lazy and I didn't playtest enough. Yay. Yay for incompetent game deving. Oh, we were talking about pixel art sprites. Yeah, I don't generally do pixel art sprites because I'm really bad at limited color palettes. As you can see, Sydney's sprite and like Ravina's sprite, you see like how they're super colorful. I just did base coloring and then I used an overlay layer and just colored everything like on top for shading because I am that lazy. And I'm pretty sure there are better ways to do it. I'm just, yeah. When will I ever get onto Rex's level of color palettes? We'll see. I don't think I will, but I think I can do better than this. They were done in a rush anyways. You can see like it's actually pretty messy of the coloring, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do when you only got 2 weeks, and this is not your only, it's not your only class! I've been procrastinating on one of my other classes. Yeah. Instead of coding for operating systems, I'm here coding for gay Phantom Thieves. Yay! I don't know, how much more do I want to talk about? I think probably this will be my last game playthrough, because I think I kind of mentioned everything that I wanted to mention. If anyone actually has questions, I'd love to be able to answer them. Like, feel free to. I love having people talk about things that I make because then I feel like my hard work and suffering like paid off. Oh, fun fact! I think the best place to run is actually behind Cindy's megaphone? Yeah, behind Sydney's megaphone. I don't know. It's like a good spot where like you kind of don't get to see where things are coming at you, but you kind of, I don't know, it's just comfortable for me. And then you have enough time to react to the bullets. Back on platforms, actually, let's talk about platform. I actually put some constraints on it. Like, yes, a 0.5%, no, 0.05%, oh my god! No, that is not my last playthrough. One more playthrough. Because I was in the middle of talking. And I went too close to the back. Oh, actually, okay, quick thing. That can also lead to a game over. I don't think anyone, like, actually unlocks that because everyone's just flying away from the bullets and they usually stay on, like, this side of the screen. Wait. Okay, I wasn't supposed to do that. Hold up. You don't die if you go on this side of the screen. No! Okay. Okay, hold up. Okay, see, you don't die, you just... Last time I just fell into a hole that happens to be out there, but you don't die if you actually go all the way to the right. Which... you can maybe use somehow to your advantage. I don't think there's an advantage because there's always going to be a hole every 16 blocks, which I guess you can count. If someone actually wants to do that, like just count how many blocks it is and then just jump over the 16th one. And I was saying there's a 0.5% chance of generating a new pit, like between every 16 block interval. And there's actually I think it's either 40 to 60% that the block is going to be the same height as the previous block. So this is why you get like flatter platforms rather than it's always like staircase kind of thing. Because I feel like that was more. It looks more like a building if like the heights kind of stay generally the same. Sometimes it doesn't work though, because you can just see. But that kind of like adds to the difficulty, I guess. Yeah. Okay. How did that hit me? I'm sad. No, one more. Last one. But yeah. I think so basically 0.05% on making a hole, 0.6% on sticking to previous height of the block, and then a point, like whatever that's 0.35%. Is it 0.35? 29.5? Yeah. 29.5% that the average, which is set to 3 blocks, because that's like the amount that is enough that she can be seen right above the text box and you don't have to worry about like Ravina kind of like running behind the text box. It's like, so it's 3 plus or minus 2. Or in the range of that. I think no. I used to have a -2 block, but then that kind of ended up being behind the screen, and so I took that out. So 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 0 and -1. Plus 0 actually has a higher percent of happening compared to the other ones as well, because I just really like having like similar same heights. Because otherwise, I think I'll just die from playing this game. Yeah. I still can't reach 7,000. I don't even think I reached like past 3,000 while recording this. Yeah, sorry, I'm actually not that great of a player, despite the amount of times I have debugged this game. Oh! Actually, I'm not sure if I kept it. I think I did. When bullets fly towards you, they have... Okay, I think I wrote the code in there, but it's not actually working because I just never bothered to really check that. Oh my god! I'm just gonna play until I reach past 3,000. I mean, I don't even know who's gonna bother hearing me talk this long for... about random things for this much, but I need to redeem myself. Maybe I'll just edit some of my parts out later because I just talked a bunch of boring stuff, but I need to redeem myself right now. How did I die like this? Okay, yeah, something about bullets. I had a thing that checks with, if one bullet is generated, like, too close to another bullet, then the new bullet... Oh, actually no, I didn't leave it, because before the... So let's say a bullet is like 5 pixels away from each other, it's like, it's too close. It's kind of like ugly, because actually it's not that ugly, it makes it easier on the player to like dodge bullets because, you know, they're in a group. But I decided against that because I don't want players to win that easily. Except now I think everyone just like dies the moment they the moment Sydney is all like, unleash the non-lethal bullets. which actually turned out to be pretty lethal. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, when they're within, I think, 5 pixels of each other, before I was gonna say, like, change the new, coordination to the player's height, that didn't work out for some reason, so I just did it like a new randomly generated height. I don't know how that happened. How did it generate 3 bullets that were like... I have no idea how random works in this game, actually. How are the bullets, like, always being generated in clumps? I don't know. It's actually supposed to be a random number, but okay. Makes it easier to dodge, at least. Oh, and I got plus the number of bullets, because, wow. I don't like this. I don't like death. Can we not? 4 bullets is hell! Oh my god. Ah! Okay, you know what? I think that's it. I'm not gonna play again when I see 4 bullets in a row. That's like when you know life is coming at you too fast. I think I've answered most of the things I wanted to say anyways. So, yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. I mentioned this on my dev blog, which is private because I am shy about this sort of stuff, but for the folks who, I don't know, I think the only people who are gonna watch this video are also the people who are on my dev blog. But like, yes, the reason why Ravina like steals paintings and like artworks and stuff is like she's a big art history buff, loves like art and stuff, but then due to the decline of interest in the arts, people have stopped going to museums and really appreciating like art in general and stuff. They're more into, I guess, practical things. So basically she became a phantom thief to kind of like steal the paintings, cause some sort of like drama involved, so people get more interested in the arts again, which it kind of works. It's like that's like the reason why the Mona Lisa got popular, is like because it got stolen. So basically someone out there was all like, whoa, this painting got stolen, which means it has to be of value. I should go to the museum to check out why this painting was like so valuable, that enough that it'll actually get stolen. So basically that's like Ravina's mindset, in the fact that if she goes out her way to steal something, that people will be able to appreciate it more. She actually returns the paintings and like artworks, I think maybe like a few weeks later, kind of like it ends up back in the hands of Sydney, who's kind of like, I don't know how I found this painting again, but cool. Or it could be like Sydney manages to track Ravina down, and like Ravina kind of just like discreetly gives up the painting before she runs away again. Yeah, that sort of thing. And I would like to think that like when Ravina steals a painting, it doesn't happen to be like the one that's like worth the most, but like one that she finds to be of worth. Like actually, it's not like a painting of like a crusty old rich guy who just wanted his self-portrait taken. It's actually like one that's like the creator wanted like some sort of theme to be explored and stuff. And yes, she's gonna like steal some modern art pieces as well, because this is not a setting taken place in like, I don't know, 1900s England. Just think of this as like a fictional world, and we can call it a day, because I like modern art too. Yeah, I like to also think that like the method that she used to steal the artworks as well doesn't like steal away from the value of the artwork itself. It's not like the Mona Lisa is popular, like it got attention because it got stolen, but people also just think of the Mona Lisa as like, you know, that painting that is just the definition of a mysterious beauty and like her smile and whatnot. I'm actually not a fan of the Mona Lisa, but I have to admit that, like, you know, was it Leonardo da Vinci's? He did a pretty good job painting it. Yeah, that's the lore that I have behind this game. And yes, they are like, okay, they're not canonically girlfriends just because they still got a love-hate relationship going on, but I definitely want to like develop it somehow. It's kind of hard to say. I mean, I wanted to develop a lot more in the dialogues. Like, originally it was gonna be like if you hit a certain amount, maybe when I think it was gonna be 3 conversations right after the bullets were shot. Sydney was gonna kind of like start questioning Ravina's motives as to why she's even doing this in the first place, and would actually, instead of calling her a thief, call her by her like name, like Ravina, why you're doing this and stuff. Like, I know she doesn't know who she is. It's just like she goes by, I think, Phantom Thief Ravina or something. I just like the name Ravina. It's not actually a name. It's like a city in Italy. It just also happens to be the street that, you know, I'm from, actually, so I stole my house's street name. My sister, when she played this, laughed because, you know, we got Ravina, which is named after a street that she and I live in, and then we got Sydney, which is basically the city in Australia where I was, like, born near to. I just like those names. They're, like, aesthetically nice names. But yeah, I was saying about their relationship where I wanted to have them be like a first name basis. I also wanted to have ending cards that were more relevant to like the way that Ravina gets caught. Like, if you go all the way to the left screen, it would have been a picture of like Ravina escaping away from the popos, but then the painting gets left behind because you really just came too close to Sydney. And then if you fell off the buildings, it would have been like Ravina kind of like hanging off the building, and then Sydney kind of like looking around like where did she fall to and stuff like that. If you get shot by the bullet, then obviously Ravina would be like kind of in an injured position, but then hiding in the shadows and stuff. And then if you actually lasted long enough, when there was actually going to be a planned like character development dialogue that happens, it would have been, and then that character development dialogue would be kind of like Sydney and Ravina kind of like bonding, and Sydney kind of like admits to showing some sort of respect for Ravina, and then like they go on a date because I am weak for that sort of stuff. But I don't know if I can actually have enough time or motivation to actually go through with that idea. I think the most I would do is just draw like fan art about it. Because I think coding-wise, I'm pretty much done with this game unless there's like a major bug, which I don't think I found because this game is pretty... Okay, it was like my first action game, so I had some difficulty like learning how to code in it, but like endless runners, especially of this scale, are not that big, or it's like 500 lines of code. It's not bad at all. But yeah, I think that's it for me. If anyone ever draws Ravina and Sydney fanart, I owe my life to you. I will live. Basically, it will make me very happy. I think I'm just gonna go out and like commission some people later on when I have more time to be self-indulgent, because I actually ended up really liking their designs. Because, I mean, I love the red and teal aesthetic, and I love blue and yellow as well. Oh yeah, another fun fact. I literally just made this game, like, Phantom Thief related. Like, 1, I just wanted, like, cute girls that I wanted to be distracted with. And 2, I missed playing Rhythm Thief. That's why Ravina has red hair. Because I was just like, man, Rhythm Thief looks like a cheesy but warm game. Yeah, when the other game that I'm working on right now, when that finishes, the main character to that one also has red hair. Look forward to meeting them. They are a cool kid, as they'd say. Okay, that's it for me. Thanks for hearing my rant.